Hi guys, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Alexa, what's the time please?
It's 9:04 a.m.
9:04 a.m. Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Saturday the 1st of January.
It's New Year's
Happy
Day.
New Year.
Happy New Year, Alexa. I'm here by myself in my flat. I did not go out clubbing last night. I'm 53 years old. When I was my son's age, I was married. I was married at 18, and me and my ex-husband used to spend New Year's Eve together indoors with a quiet... my ex-husband would wake me up off of the sofa years ago because I used to fall asleep, especially when I was working, and we both had jobs and things. My husband would wake me up. But New Year's Eve, if I was falling asleep on the sofa, my ex-husband would wake me up, Jen, and give me open a bottle of fizzy wine or something and say Happy New Year. Now I'm on my own and I've been single for 6 years. It's a bit different. Anyway, going back to yesterday. My mum was in an aggressive mood. She seemed quite angry and annoyed, and she's lost her husband. I've lost my dad, and I have to just sit there and take it. She's going through stages, and she's very, very cross. So get the broom, get out there and sweep the floor of the bracken, and I cut my finger on thorns. I had no gloves and I cut not a lot, tiny, on the thorns of the rose bushes that the gardeners had cut down at my mother's. And they cut the rose bush to pieces, there was nothing left of it. I said to my mum, in the summer maybe we can plant some more roses and things. They cut it right down to shreds, there was nothing left. My mum said cut it down, not strip it bare. And they stripped it bare, there's no foliage left. They took it to the extreme. Right, so also my mum, this is my father's drink that he left behind. And she said she'd had some of this. Cointreau she gave me. And she said the Southern Comfort, I could have the Southern Comfort. So I took that home yesterday, she gave me that. And she said, don't offer any to the driver. Well, why would I offer alcohol to a taxi driver when he's driving a taxi? I'd ordered an Uber. Ubers are different to ordinary taxis, right? The taxi is paid for. You don't, when you wait at a traffic light, you're not accruing cash. You've already paid for the fare. It was a lovely car. It looked like the man upstairs, what he used to have was a Ford Mondeo, but this car was a, I don't even know what make of the car was. It was the same shape as a Ford Mondeo, and he had blacked out rear windows. So when the car was driving, nobody could see me through the window. Because I'll tell you now, sometimes abuse has been held at the taxi by people down the Luton Road, which is not a nice area. There's been murders down there, and there's, it's frightening walking down there. Right? My mum offered, she was already preparing the scrambled egg when I came back from the shops. So I had scrambled eggs for dinner yesterday, and she said, I do apologise for it being running. So there was just a plate of scrambled egg covered in what looked like oily water. The plate was covered in oily water, and I had scrambled egg, but I ate it. I'm polite. I ate it. She gave me a plastic beaker of that orange juice because she said that, a few years ago my dad had tapped her with a glass. That's something I never would do, would attack someone with a glass, because I'm her daughter, and I got given a plastic beaker. Right? My Mum was yawning and going to sleep while I was watching the news, like this. Like that. So around 4 o'clock I left and got the Uber back, took the heavy bottles. The driver parked me on the opposite flats, over there, opposite to me. Got out, 4 or 5 bags. My mum has given me her old t-shirt, which I've got on. It actually fits me. It's a 14 to 16 and it's quite warm. She gave me that, and as you can see this, I got this yesterday. I've got 6 cans of 7-Up and 10 cans of Coca-Cola with Father Christmas. I love the logo, the Coca-Cola logo. So I got this, right? And like I said, I've got to have this trifle, and also got some crisps, etc. and snacks. So, like I said, got home yesterday. I listened to some music. I asked Alexa to play New Year's Eve music. She came up with music for 2020, 2021 mixes. Dancing around the flat by myself. Why not? Why not? There's no one else here. Mr. Anonymous went out with his kids. Later on, really quite late, it must have been past 10 o'clock, comes back with said kids, who are obviously making a noise. I've had a headache all day, it doesn't really matter about me, and it had worn off. I'd taken paracetamol, I was listening to music, dancing around the flat, not angry, not upset at all. My dad hated Christmas towards the end of his life. He was bitter and upset, and he wasn't very well, and he used to swear. I'm not like that, right? I'm not. Okay? And whatever people try and do, I will not get like that. Alright? So they're all running around the ceiling. The family over there has got quite, I would say, a bit tipsy and drunk. Just one little family over there, and why not? It's New Year's Eve. I took Max out before my neighbour came back, and there was a coloured chap with his girlfriend smoking cannabis. He had one of those black hats on his head tied to the side, and he was smoking cannabis, really strong, potent cannabis, and they both of them as I walked past, like he does up there. Ignored that, walked Max around the field, came back, car parked outside the co-op. I can't drive, but he hadn't come back yet, by the way, and they did it again. Completely ignored it. Walked back to my flat, came in. Later on, I told you he came in. I had a FaceTime call from somebody telling me they were going out night clubbing in Rochester. And I'm 53. I don't want to go night clubbing. Flipping the sound of a drum makes my ear almost bleed. So I said, no, you enjoy yourself, you know, it's New Year's Eve, you're younger than me, go and have some fun. Because I'm like that. So we partied happy together, and obviously he went off night clubbing in Rochester. I'm 53, I don't want to go and, you know, I'd probably end up in an ambulance. Anyway, he said, I'll FaceTime you later on from the nightclub, and unfortunately upstairs was not that noisy at that point. Alright, the poor kids probably got woken up by fireworks, and they kept coming out over there. I didn't do any photographs from the balcony, no video. I'm a quite private person. And I watched BBC One and, you know, Big Ben going off. And I watched Kylie Minogue bringing the new year with a young lad with curly hair. She's 52 or 3 and he's about 24 or 25. I'm the same age as Kylie Minogue. My sons are 24 and 25. So it was like stood there watching me and my son on the TV set. It really did look like me and my son on New Year's Eve presenting the television in a comical kind of way. And one of my sons has been on the telly. I haven't. Right. So about 1:30, I prematurely popped a bottle of bubbly about 30 seconds before Big Ben chimed. So I got a bottle out and it popped the cork and it hit the bloody ceiling 30 seconds too early and I started laughing. But I did stay up yesterday till midnight with a bottle of bubbly by myself. Right? With all this racket going off, I did. Then, getting on towards 1 o'clock, lies down on the sofa, ready to go to bed, and I get FaceTime from a nightclub. And it's jam-packed with dancers and boogie music, and I'm so tired. Oh, and another thing, I had a message from somebody while I was walking the dog. I need to get dicked. Dicked? Whatever that means. They're in a hotel in London looking for pussy and I need to get dicked. What can I say, guys? New Year's Eve and I've got a pervert asking for pussy pictures. See you later.